All right, today we're gonna look at how to actually take the mirror caps off without breaking the mirror. So first thing I do is I move it out so I have more room to work, and you're gonna press it up and to the left, or to the right, sorry. You want this part to be the most exposed. So you're gonna get a flathead screwdriver. Previously I taped the end of the screwdriver, but there's really nothing to scrape up in here. You're going to stick it up inside here, and your goal is to hit it behind the mirror, but before the motor, right? So you're going to keep it as close to the actual glass as possible, and you want the blade to be flat, so parallel with the actual glass. Now it sounds horrible, but it's not. So once the mirror is off, one, you want to make sure you removed the correct thing. So this is what you should see. You should see this plate here, and this is what it snaps into. There's a bracket in the back of the mirror. Let me see if I can give you a good look at that. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a bracket in the back of the mirror there. This is where the cable is attached for the heating and for the, there's another one in the back there for the lane indicator. You're also going to have these metal clips. There's one here, one on the bottom, and one on the outside. Again, pretty hard to see with the sun here. That's what's going to come out. Now, I actually didn't remove any of these cables, but you're going to have 4 screws, one here, one in here, one down at the bottom, and one right here. And you can remove those screws and the mirror cap will come off. Now what I've used to do this, I have a Milwaukee little M12 surge impact driver. Since this is an impact, we really don't want to use an impact with the plastic. I've turned it to the lowest setting, setting number 1. It's pretty harmless. You're going to use a Torx 15, a T-15. You're going to remove each of these screws here. They're not that long. They got some wide threads on them. Okay, once they're all loosened, your mirror cap is actually just gonna pull off here. Actually turn it in to do this. Your mirror cap is just gonna come off. Now, if you're replacing with painted mirror caps, couple things. You may have the puddle lamp and the camera. That's its own little plastic piece here. So you just let that hang, be gentle with it. On the actual mirror, you have this inner plastic trim piece. This comes off by just releasing the clip here, releasing the clip here. They're double-sided, so you kind of got to squeeze, and this will just slide off and you can slide it in the new one. When you're ready to put everything back on, the first thing that you want to do is put this puddle lamp and camera assembly back in here, and it's got this little piece right here where it sticks out. This actually has a cutout right here where that goes, and that cuts in too. So we're going to just make sure that it lines up in there. It's pretty easy to get in. Of course I say that, but when I take it on video, it just takes me a second. There we go. So that's in there. So it doesn't clip in or anything, it just sets in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'll leave this off first. I'm going to go back and put the mirror around. Again, being gentle with it. Put the puddle lamp assembly and the camera assembly back in here. And then I'm going to push the mirror on. I'll show you the puddle lamp assembly here. So it fits in right along the light and right down and all around. So you want to make sure that that's all flush in there. It's actually going to push in to this trim here. So when you push it in, you should see it line up. Now that's not going to tighten up until you tighten the screw up, which we'll do now. So I'm going to bend this back out gently, just so it's easier to work and so you can see. And the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to tighten one that's close to me so I can watch it go in. Again, be gentle. You don't want to cross thread it or damage it. Over tighten it, you'll crack something and it'll cause you problems. I'll put the bottom one in. Then we'll get the last one. So we're ready to put the actual glass back on. You have these silver tabs at the bottom. It's going to be pretty obvious where they fit in, and I will show you just in case it's not. One's going to slide in this little cubby here, and the other one's going to slide in this little cubby or channel there. So just make sure that those silver pieces go that direction into those areas, and you should be fine. And also when you push it in, make sure that the plate in the middle, you can center it a little bit. You also want to make sure that you're putting even pressure on the glass. And everything should slide back in there. Then you should have full range of motion, left, right, up, and down. And then you can go ahead and bend the mirror back. And now you have your custom painted mirror caps. And everything is good to go.